Hey, I'm Jesse, and this is version 2 of my web dev resume project. Version 1 was more of an experiment where I had this idea, but I wasn't quite sure how to implement it. So I tried a lot of things, learned a lot of things, and in version 2, I came back with a clearer vision, better tools, and a stronger idea of how to actually build the website that I was planning on building. What I wanted to do with this project was to create one portfolio that would communicate clearly, but also look good and let me sort of show off my creative license. So I created two paths. One is the resume path where you can go and see a quick overview. It's my actual resume and it provides a snapshot of who I am. And then you can click over to the Explorer side and do more of a deep dive into projects, work experience, things like that, and get to know me a little better. Right away, you can take the resume path or the Explorer path. So let's go ahead and click resume. The resume side is intentionally concise and professional. It's built for people who need a quick snapshot, skills, experience, projects, contact info without all the extra noise of the actual portfolio. Now I'll go ahead and jump over to Explorer. This is where we start to get more interactive. As you navigate and interact, the portfolio tracks your progress and gives you levels, adds gear, things like that. Your skills start to fill in and you can see the progress as you click through. I did this because I wanted the experience to feel more active instead of static so that people navigating the website are encouraged to interact and read instead of just skimming through it. If we navigate to our project, I can trigger a build flow. You can see the animated progress, your states update, there's completion behaviors instead of just a list of cards. You'll see that our character gained levels and a couple items of equipment. I haven't animated those yet, so they don't do anything. They just show up, they track your progress. But eventually the idea is that as you level up, your character's appearance will change. That's just a new skill that I have not developed yet. So it's going to take me a bit to get that into the app. You'll also notice that if you explore these projects more, you can dive into the live website or the GitHub code or a video if there's a video for that website. Now I'll go ahead and refresh the website, navigate back to projects, and we can see that our state persists. Your progress and key interactions, the states are retained so that the experience is coherent across reloads. This was an important feature for me because I wanted to make it so that if you leave, you're going through other resumes, you come back to mine, give it a second look, everything is still loaded in. You're still seeing that final version. You're not having to restart, go through all the clicks. It's just here in the state that you left it. How I achieved that was I basically just took all of my states and made them global. Anything that needed to persist across reloads, I just made them global. Portfolios are often opened, closed, revisited throughout hiring loops. So I figured that creating this persistence would make my portfolio more impactful. I also added a couple of different modes. So we start on dark mode, navigate over to light mode, and then there's a couple of other ones in here that I was just experimenting with. And you'll notice that refreshing maintains the mode as well. I also integrated GitHub API data with caching and fallback handling. And the reasoning behind that was I wanted the metrics that provided to be real, but I didn't want it to slow down the page too much. I didn't want to make the reloads fragile. I also backed a lot of my key flows with both unit and end-to-end tests. And the reason for that is it's a resume. So I updated a lot, things change, and I wanted the behaviors to remain reliable over time. One of the more meaningful challenges that I bumped into doing this project was balancing live GitHub driven data with responsiveness and rate limits. I wanted to pull as much data as possible and refresh as often as I could, but I didn't want to go over those limits. I didn't want to choose between stale content and a laggy experience. That's why I implemented the caching strategy with controlled fetching and the graceful fallback behaviors. This way, repeat visits are fast, data remains useful, and the UI doesn't break when external requests are constrained. The second challenge I bumped into was the state continuity with my gamified user interface. It was easy to make the progress bars move once, but it was harder to keep the progression accurate and persistent. There's a lot of different components and they're communicating in different ways, and it was hard to link everything together. The way that I tackled this challenge was that I wrote tests around the API and user journey behaviors to confirm that interactions would survive refreshes and navigation changes. My most significant takeaway from this project was how to handle states. I learned how contexts can be useful and elevating states, but also how much more simple a state can be to handle if you leave it at the component level. So instead of just elevating everything, I learned that certain things were better to leave in their components. What I really loved about building version 2 of this project was how much I learned and how much I expand on the learning from version 1. The learning side of coding is the part of coding that I'm enjoying most right now. And I'm really excited to end up on a supportive team at a supportive company where I can continue to grow as a developer and contribute to production work. Thanks for watching. If you want to see the full project, check out my portfolio and connect with me on LinkedIn. Let me know if you have any feedback or questions. Thanks.